of the MEA Equestrian Association. That's Bentley. We're over here at the MEA Equestrian Center in Marina, the former cavalry location for the Fort Ord Army. I have to get to this. And this is Bentley. And we're going to demonstrate for you today what a halter is as compared to a bridle. When we go to get our horses before saddling them, or to take them over to the farrier, or to present them to the veterinarian for treatment, we put a halter on them. Halters come in all different styles and what have you, and this is a really typical rope halter. The notable thing about halters is they tend to be simple, and they have one attachment generally for a lead rope. So when we're putting a halter on our horse, it's really simple. It's just a loop. Whether it's a leather halter or a nylon halter, there's just a place to drop their nose through. If it's a leather halter, it's shaped for the horse's head. This is a rope halter, so I slide it around and slip a little knot in it, and I have a way to lead my horse now, whether it's for the farrier, for me to take over to saddle him, to have the veterinarian look at him. It's really easy then to just hold him in one quiet place. There's nothing to irritate his mouth. It's just a nice simple halter, and I'm able to take him wherever I need him to go, lead him from the ground. That's the difference between halters and bridles for the most part. Halters generally we're using on the ground when we're walking with our horses. Bridles we use generally when we're riding them. With horses, there's exceptions to everything, but that's the general rule. I'm Pat, and this is Bentley, and this is part 2. This is the bridle. As we discussed in the first section, when we catch up our horses, we put them in a halter, which has a single lead rope so that we can walk them to wherever we want. And when we get them over where we need them, we either ground tie them or tie them to the post, saddle them up, and then it's time for the bridle. The bridle, like the halter, goes around the horse's head. And there are many different kinds of bridles. This is a Western bridle. Bridles usually consist of a head stall and a bit. This is again a Western set, and it's pretty typical head stall and bit. So when it's time to bridle up Bentley after he's been saddled, we drop the halter off, usually. And then we put on this head stall. You'll notice that how I do it is very different than how I did the halter. For one thing, I have to get the bit into his mouth. Obviously with the halter, there was no bit to fool with. And once that's in, I can slide the rest of the head stall across the top of his head. There are many different kinds of bridles, and as I said, there's many different kinds of halters. Things can be used any number of ways, but one of the key features of the bridle setup in the reins is that we have now two ropes, two reins, whatever they're made of, instead of the single lead rope. With the two, unlike with the lead rope, where all we had was one way to control the horse. Bentley's a very nice horse. You should always hold on to your reins when you're getting on your horse. This way, I've got two. And so I can, if I'm working on something, I can touch a single rein and work him either way when I'm riding him. Unlike with the halter, which I just lead him with the lead rope. So that's the basic differences between a bridle and a halter.